And we go. Is it? I think I'm. Did I miss the button? No, I didn't. So there we go. Finally. Hello and welcome, people. Welcome. I hope you're having a good day. Because I've been having a good day, actually. I've been having a very good day. Lots of good things. I ordered some vape fluid that turned out to be better than I thought. Better than I expected. And yeah, Beebot. We're gonna try to make Beebot sound horrible with some distortion. I like Beebot too. I wish that it was modernized. So I got my vape fluid. So I'm vaping something that tastes like most Swedes would probably recognize it when I say hallonlakrits. It's basically like raspberry and licorice together in one, and it's a huge favorite among Swedes. I know we're just one of the like 4 countries in the world that really enjoys licorice. It's funny, but I really enjoy it. So it was a bad idea to buy that because I realized that I might end up vaping more than I did before just because of how good it tastes. It's a real trap. Yeah. So that's one thing. So hello and welcome everyone. And today we're gonna do some distortion stuff. A lot of it. A lot of distortion stuff. And we're also gonna have a look at some new plugins that came out not too long ago by a person named Jatin or Jatin. I don't know how to pronounce this person's name, but these are all free. So they call Chow Kick. We've got Chow Centaur and Chow Tape Model. And these seem to have started as kind of like research projects over at Stanford, made by this guy Jatin. And I don't know how many developers are involved in it, but basically they're all completely free. So I do suggest you go and download them. And if you want to, in the end, you end up using them or something, if you want to pay the developer or give a tip, then there are in-app purchase tips right here, tip jars that you can do tips through. So yeah, I'm gonna do that as soon as the stream is over, because I don't like typing in my codes during streams. But yeah, so check them out. Chow DSP or whatever it's called. Do I have like an app store? We're gonna check them out. Jatin Chowdhury. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry, Jatin. I hope Jatin never watches this. But there you go. Oh, sorry. I know. Can you see that? Can y'all see that? Chow Kick. Jatin Chowdhury. I should have put the links down in the description. There was one of my Discord members that actually gave me the tip about these. So when I saw them and that they were free, I wanted to check them out instantly. I just want to take a very short amount of time here to say hello and welcome to everyone in chat. We got Dean from Electronic Sounds, Future Music, Ryan Trost, the Sober Synthesist, which is it's such a good buddy of mine. We got Mitch here. By the way, everyone, if you haven't gone and watched the Audio Dabbler, Mitch here in chat, if you haven't watched his latest video about him basically becoming a farmer, you really have to go check it out. It's super sweet. It's one of the most laid back vlogs I've ever seen. And yes, Mitch, I would love to see you do one like these once in a while when you're walking around your property, which seems to be huge, by the way. I don't know how the hell you managed to do that, but yeah, it looks like a super cozy space. And when I go over to the US, I will be paying you a visit, and those cute goats of yours. He's got chickens and goats, and he's doing, what is it, like stone fruit or something like that? Yeah, it's super sweet. I love that video. Hola amigos. We got my dad in chat. Hey dad. I hope you're doing well. I hope mom is well too. Oh, she's also in here. iOS Tricon. I can never pronounce your name right. Samuel Lindemann is here, of course. It's so nice to see all of these faces, and for those of you who aren't talking in chat, I know that you're there, even if you're not saying anything. So my thoughts always goes out to you. Hello, Peter Prism, and I don't think I've seen this name before. So hello and welcome to the stream. And yeah, you're from Australia. I'm from Sweden, and I'm in Sweden right now. Capital, Stockholm. So that's I think that's enough hellos for now, and let's just go into this. And if you're wondering what we're listening to right now, I'm gonna turn this off. That's one of my upcoming cyberpunk tracks. Some of you might have heard it in a video I did. I think it's my top list when I'm talking about Bliss Alpha Synthesizer, because all of the sounds in there comes from Alpha Synthesizer. Yeah, I just love making cyberpunk-like tracks and synthwave and stuff like that. And there's so many good synths. So let's turn that off and unload that. And the first thing we're going to do is, someone mentioned Beebot. Now, I don't remember if Beebot has inter-app audio, because I haven't used that in such a long time. So we're going to try to load that. Let's see here. Yeah, Beebot. So this is Beebot, everyone. Let me pull back the volume. This is a very cute synthesizer, and believe me, I want to make it sound evil. And if I could do something about the picture here, I would love to do something about the picture to make it look evil. But yeah, it's such a cute thing. It's a very old app. I mean, it's a veteran in as an app. It is a true veteran, and a lot of veteran iOS music makers will recognize this. And anyone who's new to iOS music, this was one of the first like kind of synth things you had on your iPhone back in the day. And yes, it is multi-touch. So the problem with this though is that it's inter-app audio, right? It doesn't have audio unit, so we're gonna have to move back to this one every time we want to interact with it. And for this one, I don't think you can connect the keyboard to this. I think it's completely touch, so this is gonna be weird. Right now I've got Saturn right here, and during the stream I would love it if you told me what you like to use for all your distortions. And when it comes to this, it doesn't really matter what it is. It doesn't, like, I use all kinds of distortion. I use distortion and saturation meant for different things, whether it's tape saturation to downright amp simulators. I want to know what you're using, so you just type it down there. Anyone who is in chat is going to read that too, and they'll have a bunch of distortion plugins to go and check out themselves. Now, I have quite a few, but to be honest, I don't think I have even like a small tiny portion of everything that is out there, simply because when I find something I like, I stick to it. It's stupid because I mean, I'm someone who reviews apps a lot, but when it comes to me just doing my work, I want to stick to stuff that I like, right? So I'm just gonna pull up the light on this one because Saturn is really dark, and so is AUM. I think I can do that. Now if I open the preset list, yeah, it's also dark. Okay, yeah, I know it's hard to read everything here, but I'll try to be really specific about what I do. You know what? Beebot might be the wrong synth because I want to touch it at the same time. What if I do it in another way? You know what? We'll do it a little bit differently, because Beebot is kind of perfect for this. But the problem is I can't play it at the same time, and if I can't do that, it's gonna be awkward and weird jumping back and forth between apps. So what if I... what the... uh-oh. Did I just lose a phone? What? Uh-oh. Okay, this is not good for my... This is not good for my brain. This is not good for my... What did I do to the... Oh, wait a minute. Do I have the second phone in here? Yeah, I probably do. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my second phone and I'm gonna get Beebot on that one. And if you can find, do you know of any other cute synthesizers? Cute synthesizers, you know what I mean? Synthesizers that weren't really made for sounding horrible in any way. I want to make them sound horrible, basically. That's the whole point of this episode, is just to make cute things sound horrible. I'm more about hip-hop and everything under that umbrella. I sample so many different types of music, and I never ever keep myself into just one genre when I make music, which is why I cannot be consistent outputting the same amount of music. If you go back and check my catalog on what I've done on YouTube, and then check what I've done before YouTube, pre-YouTube, these things will differ a lot, because I just don't like sticking with one thing. I wouldn't want to miss out on making some new type of music, which is why I try to challenge myself doing new things all the time. And I think also I suffer from being bored very easily, which is also a reason to why I switch things all the time. Let's just see if I can get Beebot on this thing. Man, I should have prepared this before, but I wasn't thinking straight as usual. And you know what? I realized something. Last week there was no stream and no one said anything, okay? I didn't get any messages. I didn't see anything. I don't know if anyone noticed, but the truth of that is I completely forgot. I was sitting and working on videos, and then suddenly my partner, she's like, you know, it's like 10 o'clock now. And I'm like, yeah. And it's Wednesday. And I'm like, oh shit, I just completely forgot about it. Did no one noticed? D noticed? You noticed? Yeah, Model D. I mean, Model D can sound pretty nasty too, right? Let's see here. Now we've got Beebot here. All we need is that cable so we can hook it up. Yeah. And this is where I go off and I look for a cable. Yeah, it's so silly. I'm really sorry about that, by the way. Just missing out on one stream like that. I was looking forward to that stream too. We had so much fun in the last one, and I was thinking I was gonna do some music back then too, and then I completely missed it. I just kept working all day, and yeah, it's just. I've been trying to find some good topics to do shorter AUM videos, and as you can see, I've already started doing them, just like many of you have asked me to do for many of years. Now I'm finally doing it, so I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy now. But I was basically sitting and working on one of those videos, which I hope you're gonna like, because I'm really not sure if it's gonna be good. All right. Here we've got Beebot. What? It won't flip? Oh, it's old. Well, here we got No, why is it doing this voice control thing? What is going on here? And it's too bright too for the camera. I think that's it. And turn up the volume a little bit. Okay, so all we need to do now is just to connect the input of that. Hardware input. There we go. There we go. So we got one cute synthesizer from my phone here connected right in there. Can y'all hear that? I noticed, but I figured you were taking a break. Okay, so a lot of people thought I was taking a break. No, I haven't actually been able to You know, you cannot take a break from YouTube. Even like Bo Beats, he's on vacation right now. But that guy had to pay other creators so that they would make videos and keep on filling his channel. You cannot take a break because the algorithm completely it just starts messing with you, and it will stop promoting you. You cannot do that. So in order to take a break from YouTube, you need to have videos kind of pre-made. And my problem was that I lost a lot of work when I had a big LumaFusion crash. So my vacation, it never came. I never got it. So I'm basically starting from scratch, and now if I work hard enough, I'll be able to take 2 weeks off maybe in September. So yeah, it's gonna be a late summer vacation, but it's gonna come at some point. I lost the cap. I lost the bottle cap. It's kind of like that, Samuel. I wouldn't say. I mean, you have a choice of not doing it, but the problem with YouTube is that you always have the algorithm kind of working against you. That's what it feels like, and that's what it felt like for me for what is it, 6, 7 years now that I've been doing this. It just feels like it's working against me, and every time they change something, it becomes worse, and it has become worse with a lot of stuff, whereas some other things has become better. So yeah, I feel that some of the stuff on YouTube is a bit safer now, more clear language. Yeah, I could talk about this for ages, but that's not what we're doing here. Hello. Yeah, I love how it sounds, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heat this sound up. But first of all, what I'm going to do is the signal in is a little bit low, so I'm just gonna add a gain to this from AUM, because I've turned up the volume here too much. There we go. Ooh. It's starting to sound really, really... So putting it up at around 63, this is usually what I do with Saturn when it comes to almost all of my processing. I always turn this up between 40 and 63%, and that's how simple it is. There's so much you can do with Saturn. Okay, you've got tone control, so you got dynamics and all of this stuff. Many times I just need to add a bit of, you know, just a little bit of saturation. I just have to drive it a little bit, and the drive in this thing sounds great. So it's almost turning into a square waveform right now. And that's the problem when you're over distorting something. You're kind of turning it in, when you're squashing it, you're kind of turning everything into square waveforms. Starting to sound like Charlie Brown now, right? There we go. There we go. You just need to batch record videos if you want to keep consistent. Yeah, and in my case, I mean, I edit all of my videos, so that basically means it's the double amount of work for when you want to prepare the stuff. Okay, so if it takes me normally a week to do the videos I do, then you have to do 2 weeks of work during that 1 week. There's not much sleep, and it's horrible, but that's just the way it is. Otherwise, I would have to do some. I would have to change my content, and that's the problem that my audience has also grown accustomed to how I do it, and I don't want to change the content. I don't want to make it shitty in some way because I care about people viewing my content too. Let's try out some settings in here, because, you know, when it comes to Fab Filter stuff, it's not often I really go through all of the different presets in here. I don't, because I usually know what I want to do right from the start myself. So I always make my own stuff. And that's usually how it goes almost with every synthesizer, drum machine, effect, anything. I don't usually do that. There are a few plugins where I never load presets. Where I always load a preset, but I can't remember which they are now because it's so seldom, you know. Then again, there is this one thing, you know, Altessa, Altessa Reverb, FAC Altessa. I've never ever loaded a preset in that one. I didn't even know that there were presets in there. I've never really checked that there are presets in there. Maybe for a video, maybe there's proof of me just looking over the preset list of FAC Altessa in a video, but never loaded because that default preset it loads with. I talked about this on Twitter, and other people were talking on it too, so I kind of jumped in that discussion. Many people just open up Altessa, the default sounds great, and then you just tweak a little bit from there. Do you do that if you have Altessa? So let's start with guitar effects. Amps. Whoa, listen to that. This sounds great. How are you? I'm fine, Klangattentat. I feel good. I feel good today because I've just had a really good day. Nothing really special, just a good day. I put out a video about the oscilloscope that I've wanted to put out the videos ever since the oscilloscope came out, but there were so many things I wanted to do, like interview David, talk to him, because I think he deserves some promotion, that guy. Yeah, people have no idea who this guy is. They have no idea. He's been a pretty important person in the music industry, especially when it comes to hardware stuff. So yeah, I just want to promote him, and I felt like this video wasn't really the right one to do the full cover, so I'm waiting to see what else he's got in store. So yeah, it's been a good day being able to release that video. I got my favorite drink here. I got some new vape fluid that didn't taste like dog shit, and we're having fun. It's Wednesday, and is it Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday, and I'm streaming with you, and I missed it last time, and I was so sad that I did. You know, it felt like something was missing. I just didn't realize what it was. That was a very long-winded answer. I'm sorry. By the way, that was called Back in the Day 0 or Back in the Day O, that preset. It sounds mental. God. What? It sounds insane. It sounds insane. I love this plugin. FabFilter makes some of the absolutely best stuff. These things really sound like guitar amplifiers. The app on the phone is called Beebot. B-E-B-O-T. Beebot. It's very old. It does not have AUV3. It does have inter-app audio. But the reason to why I'm using it on the phone Timothy, is because it would be a really it would be such a nuisance for me to use this as an inter-app audio plugin here in AUM, because I would have to switch back between AUM and Saturn every time I want to use it. That's why it's on the phone, so I can still play it while we're doing stuff in here. You know, that's the drawback with in a inter-app audio. I'm wondering. The audio is a little bit low. Oh, listen to that. Hello, Linfis Web. I'm gonna call you Lin. I love how Agonizer sounds when you load several into AUM and use polythene. Massive Agonizer overload. And thank you for that. Thank you for using Agonizer, by the way. You know that makes you probably one of the best musicians in the world. I mean, you're using Agonizer. Who can argue with that? Come on. Seriously, thank you for your support. Clear Gray Sky bought that Oscope X. I saw your comment on my channel. Didn't you comment like I'm purchasing this now or something? Animoog default sounds so good it's hard to not use it. Yeah, Animoog. How many in chat owns Animoog? And how many in chat does not own Animoog and wonders why should I get it? Hello, Uncle Tom. I hope you're doing good. Oh, by the way, let's try this. Oh, this is a perfect app to test with. I hope I'm not killing your speakers. This sounds great to me. Wow, I love it. By the way, this is called Power Overdrive 1, 4 bands SM inside Saturn. I am doing a mental marker for this one because I'm gonna be using that for my cyberpunk tracks. Hello, Dan Ramirez. What's up, cabron? Hello, Mike Lucas. We got Hassan Ashraf also in chat. You have no idea how much I'm enjoying this right now. I'm sorry if I'm killing any ears. Sounds mental, absolutely mental. Wait, was this an... God, I love this so much. Saturn is just... It's just the best. It's just the best. I mean, how can you not want Saturn? Yes, there are so many distortion apps out there. Yes, Saturn and FabFilter plugins cost a bit more than other plugins. Yes, but they're good. There's a reason to why you're paying that price. There is a reason to it. It's the same thing. It's like I had a friend tell me yesterday that he finally gave in and purchased Pro Q3. And it's the only app he's ever owned by FabFilter. And once he started digging into it, and he found the different curves that you can set the spectrum analyzer to listen to, because there is a spectrum analyzer in there, and it's set in a certain way, but you can actually change that weighing, that curve for it, to have it read stuff for specific purposes. So if you want to do some professional audio work, you can absolutely do that with FabFilter. It's a professional tool. And he found that by mistake, you know, by accidentally tapping here and then just going into the settings, and yeah, wrong plugin. That's why I'm not finding it now, because it's Saturn. But yeah, it's been like that for me too. I just keep realizing, like, I keep finding new things in in all of these apps. They're insane. They're I'm happy I purchased them, and I still haven't had time to check Timeless yet. I can't believe that. Yes, you're right. You're right. It is amazing. Did they fix the issues with Model D and Animoog? Dan, what issues do you mean exactly? Because there's been a lot of things happening, so if you could elaborate. Now I want to try some other distortion things here. We're still going to be using Beebot. I'm going to unload Saturn, and I'm going to load something newer. I can't remember what the name of it was though. Let's see here. We got Shaper 2, for instance, that came out not too long ago, and SoundSaw. I don't know what SoundSaw is. I have no idea what SoundSaw is. But I just purchased it because I saw something about Distortion and Bit Crusher, and since I'm doing all of this cyberpunk stuff, yeah, I want that. SoundSaw, absolutely. Hello, Captain, my captain. I hope you're doing good. Okay, so we got, what do we have in here? We have an input. We've got a maximizer, distortion, an envelope, a filter, and an output. What is this? It does have presets, so let's try some presets first. Can you do... No, you actually have... Oh... Can you do that? Yes, you can. Okay. Okay, I'm liking this a lot. Ooh, are you able to hear that? That's just mental. Wow, that sounds very interesting. That was called all cut filter. It didn't sound like just a filter, it sounded like a lot more stuff happening there. Can someone help out Timothy? What would you use? He wants something for looping. And when it comes to looping, for me personally, I mean, I'm not a guitarist, but I like stuff like loopy. And you know what? You know what? It could be a good thing to wait and see what happens when the new loopy comes out, because Mike, he posted some stuff not too long ago over at Twitter about him working on loopy, and that it's coming out soon, like the loopy pro version. So that could be an interesting thing to look at. But there are many other looping machines out there, and when it comes to guitar, I'm at a loss because that's not the type of looping I do myself. So I don't exactly know what you might want if you're doing that type of work. What's important to you? Maybe that you have some pedal control or something like that. I guess. I mean, because your hands are always busy, so you want a pedal for that. I mean, loopy can be controlled by MIDI, but so can many others. And I know that some people don't even like loopy, so... What the hell just happened there? Ooh. Ooh. Come on, don't do that. Ooh, okay, I really like that. I think I have a new intro for a song. Now this preset is called Chaos Prophet. This is SoundSaw, everyone. Who makes SoundSaw? What is this? Why did I buy this? I love it, but how did I find this? SoundSaw. Not SoundDaw, SoundSaw. SoundSaw is made by iMusic Album, the same people who make Fieldscaper, Soundscaper, of course, Synthscaper. Yes, of course, I know exactly who this is. This was really good, by the way. This was very good. I need to spend a lot more time play playing with this. What? This was insane. There are not many presets in here, and I think that they could probably put in some more presets. Maybe make an artist pack or something. I think every developer who makes an app should try to get some people from the community to make a few presets for them, especially if they're starting out and if they're new, because developers need help, especially when they're new on the platform. Um, so yeah, if they need a few presets, I can make like 4 or 5 for them. Maybe some other people could if they have time to, because there's a lot of good presets in here. But listening at this and what's already in here, there's quite a lot you can do, and I don't exactly understand at this time how this thing works. But can it make some cute stuff sound horrible? Absolutely. I mean, Beebot kind of sounds a little bit cute still, right? But yeah, I mean, yeah. Loopy is amazing. Klangattentat is farting. I have no idea why. Um, let's see here. You need a MIDI foot controller, then Quantiloop. That's the one I wanted to talk about. I've looked at it myself. I haven't used it myself, but I've looked at it, and I've gone through the documentation for it. I've checked some videos. It seems to be a very good looper, and if you get a looping paddle for it, yeah, I think that would be a good choice for you. And anyone else doing looping of that kind. I'm a very active mobile beat making. I'm a very active mobile beat making. Nano Studio. No, oh, you're using Nano Studio 2. So Agonizer is my next to get list. Well, SLP Ground Sound Music. I think that the sale for Agonizer is over right now, but there will be one again in the future if you want to wait. You might have to wait a few months because we usually have sales around times when we do updates and stuff. And we will probably make a very quick update soon, because there were actually 3 bugs that people found in the community, and we are now fixing them. Kai is fixing them, but I'm helping him to find out exactly how they work. And we've had so much help from the people reporting bugs, and that is the best thing ever. There's nothing worse than when someone comes in and says it crashed, it doesn't work, and then you say exactly what happened. What were you doing? What were you using? What model of iPad are you using? And they don't respond. And they just go and 1-star you. And I see that happening to other developers too. And now in this case, I know what it feels like when it's happening, because I'm one of them. I'm one of the people it's happening to. So it's kind of annoying. But this time, over at the Audiobus forum, we had people actually be really, really helpful, really wanting to report exactly what's going on. And we've been able to fix some of this stuff now. So thank you for helping us fix this stuff. It's just making it so we can deliver a better product also to everyone else, because neither me or Kai want the app to work badly. That should be obvious, right? Yeah, I want it to work good for me too. So yeah, it's a thing. Thank you, everyone. Bliss Saturator. I don't think I have them. I don't think I have that one yet. Or do I? Bliss Saturator. Let's look if I've got that one. Bliss makes some of the best stuff. They had a rough start on iOS, but now they've got so much respect because they're making some really good stuff. And they deserve it because, yeah, their stuff is really good. I love their stuff. Let's see here. Do we have... what is it called again? Let's see. Where is it? Am I not seeing there? We got the saturator right there. There it is. Yeah, I don't have that one yet. I don't have that one yet. I should get it. But as usual, I'm not gonna get it during stream because I don't want to type in my stuff, you know, my code. So we'll have to look for some other saturation distortion thing instead. SoundSaw was pretty good. What else? Oh, Shaper. That's right, Shaper. I don't know what that does. Not Shaper Synth, but Shaper 2. There's a lot of people that seem... they've asked me, which one is best, like Shaper 2 or Shaper synthesizer? And I'm like, the one is an instrument, the other one is an effect. And that's the problem when you're naming your stuff the same as something else. This is why I was so adamant at Agonizer Synth having a very unique special name, so that you couldn't really, you know, mix it up with something else. Okay, so what is this? Okay, that can't be touched. Okay, so it's... Alright, so all of the round circles here with a little notch on them, they're actually knobs. Okay, so these I can touch. This one is just a display, this one too. These are knobs, and then these are buttons. Okay, so what do they do actually? We got a gate here, a shaper, a transform, and resonator. Should be able to do some interesting stuff with that. Let's check out some presets. There we go. Okay, that is not a good... if I was the developer, I would put like I would make a blue circle inside here and a big, like a black cross or something, just to make it really clear where the cross is, because that it's kind of annoying. Okay, so let's try something out. Whoa. That's loud. How do I lower the volume? I've tweaked the preset, but the first, it was called Broken Cracker. I kind of like that. I didn't like that preset. That did something weird. Jesus. Oh my god, it's so loud. Why are you so loud? Yeah, it's really messing up the audio. I like it, but it's kind of out of control. I think I'm gonna make a track made entirely out of sounds made like this. Just using Beebot and running it through different effects, sampling it at the end, you know, inside AUM by just recording the output like this, and then cut them down and use them in a sampler or something, you know, just build an entire track based just of sounds like that. I think that would be cool because I'm loving this. Well, this time the title of the video is not lying in the thumbnail, because we're really making a very cute synthesizer sound really horrible. Hello 230 Leo, what's up Leo? You're loving this? I'm loving this too. Sawmill says, you know, the manual is worth a read. Of course it is. You're right, Sammy. And if I end up recommending this thing or talking about it, covering it on my main channel, I will check through the manual so I know exactly what everything is doing. But I'm figuring it out as I'm going, like the low pass, high pass filter right here. Sounded like there was some kind of a filter here. I don't think it's going to be too hard, and I kind of like that challenge of not knowing exactly what it is I'm doing. This thing is definitely it's got a character that is way much harsher than the plugin we tested out before. It feels like you can go out of control very quickly with this thing. You can probably do that with SoundSaw too, but they feel like two completely different types of plugs, even if they are meant to destroy sound. And if you check those two beside Saturn, which is also a completely different thing, I mean, there's really no real comparison between them. And for me, if someone asked me which one should I get, I'd say, yeah. And you're getting that advice for free, by the way, people. So that's just pick one and get it, basically. Hello, Sasha, and welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing good. I am doing fine. The chat seems to be doing fine. I hope you're all healthy. And if you're not, I hope you'll get healthy soon. I had a question about something. What was that? I was gonna ask you about something. I know it's kind of off topic from the video, but by the way, yeah, I've been working on some AUM videos. Okay, you've seen that. I tried to make them as not clickbait, but click friendly as possible to pull in attraction. I don't know if that worked really well. I think it has. A lot of people seem to like that. But I'm also thinking of doing similar videos, but on special techniques. And I've got one video. I can show you the thumbnail for it right now. Got one video. This right here. Can y'all see that? You should try this. Now, that is a bit too bright, maybe. So basically what it is, replicating hardware mixer channel strips inside AUM as a format, and the title is something along those lines: replicating a hardware mixer in AUM in under 8 minutes. So I don't know, what do you think? Like, I'm trying to find content like that to do, because content like that I can make in a very short time, still edited, still got all of those boxes, stupid boxes and arrows in there, but I need them to be very quick to make if I'm gonna, you know, increase my output on my main channel. Because the problem is that some of the videos I want to make, they take longer to make, and during that time I'm not posting anything because I'm working. So what do you think about content like that? Would that be good? You know, would that be good? I'm hoping so. All it takes is just one person in chat saying yes, and that's gonna be the next video. That's usually how I work. Oh, one person thinks it's good. Oh, then everybody will like it. What? Why is audio not going out now? Did I do something weird? Audio is coming in, but it's not going out. Did I accidentally... Oh, interesting. I must have... Yeah, I did. I tweaked it. That makes sense. Wait, This one is also quiet. You can clearly hear the resonator there. That's unmistakably a resonator. Why don't you like praying Jakob? And it's not a praying Jakob. I'm not praying. I never pray. It's just me doing this thing. That's something I do a lot when I'm by myself. I think like that. And sometimes it's like this. And sometimes it's like this. It's just something I do. It's not praying. I can change the paper, Jakob. I can change it. I can change it to a new one. I've used that one for quite a while anyway, so... Max Quantum says yes. And Sasha says yes. Sober Synthesis says yes. And also, there's a yeet in there. So, yeah, the yeet seals the deal. Without the yeet, I wouldn't do it. Nope, couldn't have done it. I would have refused. But with the yeet in there now, we're doing it. Now it's done. It's perfect. It's perfect. I mean, as soon as you get a yeet, what are you gonna do? I'm about to yeet myself out of here. You can totally destroy the audio, the sound with Shaper 2, I mean. I bet there may be some inaudible artifacts too. Inaudible artifacts. That's what I call my own farts. Let's switch out the thing. So we've checked out Shaper 2, we've checked out SoundSaw. Both of these apps I really like. Saturn 2 we've checked out. What else? What else? Let's see here what I've got in here. What do I have in here that we could use to really mess stuff up right now? Oh yeah, Fuzz Plus by Audio Damage. It's just such a straightforward thing. I did do a video on Grind, by the way. I think I have everything from Audio Damage. Grind. If you've never seen it, I do have a video about Grind on my video on my main channel. You'll be able to find if you want to see what Grind is and what it does. It's basically wave folding distortion. So yeah. It can also do crazy things. This and just as reference, I'm just bypassing it now. That's what it sounds like. This is with the effect. Oh God, I love it. I love it so much. Let's see here. I want to see if we can find anything else to use right away. Otherwise, I might actually have to go and buy something. Rat Shack Reverb does have a really nice kind of distortion algorithm going in there because they're trying to emulate BBD reverbs, right? So I like that one. We got Blamsoft Overdrive. That's one. We got that one, yeah? It really just heats it up. Without? With. I love it. And Blamsoft is also, everything from Blamsoft is free. So anyone who doesn't know about Blamsoft, go and get their stuff. I don't know if you can, is there a way of tipping them off? Like, tipping them off, of tipping them or giving them some money? Because I actually want to do that. I want to support people like this, you know? They put their time into making these plugins and giving them away for free. So I think they should have something for it. Nembrini NA808. Let's check it out. You think it's free? All right. Nembrini Ono. Let's see if we can find stuff in here. Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff in here. How much do I have of this? I don't. We got the Minotaur Overdrive. That's one. There we go. The 808 Overdrive Pro. That's one. That's good. Baby. Honey. I think she's... I don't know what's happening right now, but there's some weird sounds going on, and I don't know if it's the... It sounds like someone vacuuming. Is there someone vacuuming? So, yeah, I think I've gotten the free ones from Nembrini at least. Cleaner, chorus rack, yeah. Okay, so that's it. What is this? Crunk V2. That looks cool too. I need to check out some more Nembrini stuff, seriously. So let's load the Nembrini thing here. 808. NA808. Right. Exit, and I'll check that out afterwards. That's also a nice overdrive, and it's completely free. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Another free app. I should make one of these lists again, you know? Because the other one I made, it's popular, but it's getting old now because some of the apps, they started costing money. Because some of the developers, they noticed like, oh, people are downloading my apps again. Maybe they'll buy them, and so they put a little price on there, which they should. They should be paid for their work, but you know, I need to make a new video now because mine is kind of outdated. What else did we get? What else did we get? Let's see here. We got Clone Minotaur. Right. Clone Minotaur. Let's just type clone. No? Was it CLN? CL? There we go. Minotaur. Alright. I mean, these are nice, very straightforward, 3 knobs, very simple function in what they do. They're a specific clone of a specific thing, so there's like one algorithm in there. I like it, and they're probably very low in DSP too, so you don't have to worry much about that, because that's always something I'm worried about. I mean, if you load up a serious amount of Saturn 2 instances, you're gonna end up with a DSP going into the reds. So it's nice when you only need a little bit of saturation or something like that to have smaller apps like the DC9 from Blamsoft, or this one from Nembrini Audio, the 808, or this one, for instance. It's really nice to have these smaller ones. I like it, and and they're free too. They really are like a big amount of free apps out there. And back when I did that first video, hello Caleb, by the way, I saw that you're here, and hello Joshua, Yeah, I don't know if I said hello to you earlier, but when I made my video about what is it like 24, 25 free apps, I went through I went through 500 apps searching for just those apps because I wanted to find apps in all kinds of genres. And some of the apps out now that are free weren't out back then, of course, so that's going to happen, but I still had another 500 apps I didn't go through. So if I had gone through the whole list, all 1,000 apps looking for the free ones, I probably would have ended up with like 50 or 60 apps, but the video would have ended up being 1.5 hours long. I wanted to avoid that. So I'm gonna make a new one again. What's up? Ain't much up except from I'm having a good time because you are all here and I've had a good day. I've not heard anything from the Beebot dev. I've sent emails from time to time. They don't bounce back. Yeah. I don't think, I mean, it's a hard sell now. Back when Bebop was new and came out, this was back in the day before all of this. Remember, back then there weren't when Beebot came out the first time, there was no audio bus even. There was no AUM, there was no AUV3. There was none of that existed. None of it. So back then there were many apps like this. And there were many apps that disappeared quite quickly from other developers trying to copy the successful nature of Beebot itself. There were many other apps came out that had this one sound you could play around with. Didn't sound as good, but they had their own cute little figure. Some of them were animated, just like this guy here, but many of them weren't even animated like that. It's a hard sell nowadays to sell something like this, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe all you need to do is to use something that looks a bit more, contemporary, and maybe that'll work. What's up, Audible Video? I hope you're doing good. Beebot is still in the top 100 in the iTunes store. Well, I got to eat my words quickly. Well, thank you, Samuel, for that one. I wish you would have stopped me earlier, but you didn't, probably because you wanted a good laugh. So that's great. That's great. Beebot has built-in distortion as well. I keep forgetting that there is actually a menu in Beebot. No, double tap. Double tap. There we go. There is a menu here. So you got an effect section where you got like a delay, overdrive, chorus. And you got scaling mode. You can do stuff like snap stuff to scale. There's a lot you can do in here. It's pretty funny. But look at how old it is. You see how it scales? It's now stretching out the little robot. If we closed it, it shows it the way it should be. It's so cute. I love this app. I think it's very neat, cute, and I love destroying its sound. Do we have anything more we can use to just mess stuff up right now? Let's see here. I know I have more stuff here. What's that one called? Let's see. What is it called? Oh, I can't even remember what it's called now. Reamp is one of those things that I like to. Reamp is very, very nice. I want to see more distortion stuff from them. Oh, they did do preamp or whatever it's called, right? I still haven't purchased that one. That one would probably be perfect right now. Because this one, it's made for... Whoa. It sounds so good. It's got like a wood type of sound to it right now. just love this. This is my most favorite spectrum, you know? Part of the spectrum, at least. Oh, it's so lovely. Yeah, I guess this app could probably still be popular. But if it is so popular and so downloaded, why don't they just... Wait, when was Beebot last updated? And what did they update it with? Maybe they're just keeping it alive. Let's see here. Beebot. No. The last update was 3 years ago. Give it another year and it will probably stop working. And this was an update made by Apple, by the way. It's not by the developers, actually. I think that this is... Yeah, this app has been updated by Apple to use the latest Apple signing certificate. That happens automatically to developers, I think, if I remember correctly. So, this is weird. I mean, it's 6 years. What is it? 10, 11, 12 years old, the app is. Okay? Version number 1, 12 years ago. It's a veteran. It's a true veteran. Look at this. Like 10 years ago, it got screen flipping enabled on iPad. It's so cute to read this stuff, you know, when you go back and look at it. iPad support. Beebot is now a universal app. Scale editor now has transpose button. It's so sweet. New sub oscillator 9 years ago. Use the Audio Bus app. This is 8 years ago. You know, after Audio Bus came out and everything, this is when developers realized, okay, I need to get on this thing, because now apps no longer are islands. They can use Audio Bus to have apps talk to each other, and suddenly we were in a completely different situation, all of us doing mobile music making. It was so interesting. Use the Audio Bus app to route Beebot's audio to other apps. Record, add effect, multitrack using GarageBand and more. And then the last one was, look at this, iOS 8 support 6 years ago. Enhanced synth engine. Yeah, they haven't done anything with it, and it would be a shame to see this one go. I really hope the developer comes back and just freshens up the formula. They don't have to do much. It's obviously a loved app. If what Sammy says, you know, then if it's still one of the most downloaded apps in the US, that's got to mean something, I think. I have a question. I see you use Swedish on your devices. Why is that? Would it not be better to have your systems in English? Oh, it set itself to Swedish at some point, and after that, I've never even bothered with it. Besides, when I make my videos and I show something, and it's in Swedish, I think it's a bit fun. Sometimes people even comment on it. They will write out some Swedish word they saw that to them looks funny, and they'll write that out in caps, and then a little smiley with the cryy eyes. Yeah, I think it's endearing. I think it's sweet. So yeah, why not expose? I mean, Kalle, you're Swedish. Samuel, Swedish. I think there might be one or two more Swedes in here. Why not expose the world to our weird culture? I think that's a good idea. Besides, when you go to the App Store, everything is in English anyway, right? Even when it comes to the when they do this, a lot of Swedes tend to write the reviews in English anyway. You know, some of them will write in Swedish, but many will write in English anyway. I just can't bother. I hope that answers your question. Sometimes developers doesn't realize how good some of their apps are. Yeah, that is true. And sometimes they kind of know that their apps are good. However, we might not realize it. Or they're not selling enough. Or maybe they came out in the wrong time. Like, one of those... Here's a interesting success story. There once was a synth called Volt Synth. This is before I knew Kai Aras. Okay? This is long before all of that. And it came out at the same time when Model D came out. Now, what happened was his synthesizer kind of got buried in all the Model D craze because everybody wants a Moog, and Model D is basically a small digitized Moog on your phone or in an iPad, which is amazing, and it didn't cost much either. So his marketing kind of, I wouldn't say failed, but it didn't deliver what he wanted, and it probably would have been able to deliver more if he hadn't come out with the app at that time. So what happened was I waited a few weeks until all of this Moog craze was over because I saw the synth. I heard the synth, and I heard how freaking good it sounded. It sounded absolutely amazing, and I thought this thing really needs some proper it needs the word behind it, you know. So I contacted Kai and I did an interview with him, and that really worked because that video is one of my most views videos now among the synth videos, and that app sold like butter after that video too, which I'm happy because there are now a lot of happy people out there that are using Volt Synth because it is a really good synthesizer. Sometimes the occasion might just be wrong, or being at the right place at the right time is really important sometimes, and stuff like that can be very hard to calculate because it's kind of up to chance sometimes. And in this case, it's not like Moog is gonna tell Kai like, hey, maybe you shouldn't release your synth because we're releasing one right now. But it's happened before. I've seen it many times. A really good product comes out, and then some other product comes out that has a bigger name behind it, and these other ones, they kind of disappear. I want to find them. I wouldn't call them the underdogs, but I'm kind of in that mindset. Yeah, I kind of like that when people are struggling a bit. I've been struggling a lot in my life, and I think a lot of people can maybe relate to that, especially creative people like us, who knows? Maybe some of you are really, really successful and you've never had problems, but I don't believe that. I believe everyone creative, doing creative stuff, doing creative work, they're gonna have a lot of issues. They're gonna have to fight tooth and nail to get where they want to go, and that's kind of what it felt like. Even though I would say that after starting the YouTube channel and working on it, it's been easier than when I didn't have it. But to say it was easy is dumb, because it hasn't been, because it's constant work, right? You have to work on it constant. That's just the nature of social networking in general, and if you want to build a career like that. But I don't even know why I'm talking about this. Once again, I'm going off topic and we start talking about life issues. Sorry for anyone who wanted to hear me just demolish Beebot a little bit more with some weird stuff, but I think we've come to that point where we reached like an hour. Yeah, a little bit over an hour, and we've actually done the stuff that the thumbnail and the title says on the video. So now it's kind of okay for us to talk about other things. At least that's what I feel. It's kind of like, doing the homework so you get to eat cake afterwards. That's what we're doing right now. You and me, we're eating cake right now, okay? I don't know what kind of cake you're eating, but I'm eating a licorice cake. I'm eating licorice. It's completely black and it's full of licorice. I'm really struggling here trying to find things to say. I kind of lost my red thread. Yeah, by the way, everyone in the chat, two streams ago, y'all were giving me some tips about what I should get as a portable speaker for my outdoors mobile series. And there were really good suggestions, and I'm gonna check out several of them. But there was one suggestion from someone saying, hey, why don't you get the iLoud from AGONIZER Multimedia? What I did after that was I contacted my contact over at AGONIZER Multimedia and I said, can you send me this? And they did. So this is gonna increase increase. What is it gonna do? It's really gonna help me out when I'm doing the mobile series, going outside, having some portable speaker with me. I of course want to test more. I don't want this to be the only one, but I've already tested this one at home, and I really like what this sounds like. And I was a bit surprised over how loud it can get. I didn't expect. I really didn't expect. I mean, because of the size and everything. Sure, everything else I have is of a smaller size. So the size really doesn't matter when it comes to these things, but man, it can get really loud. The iLoud name is great. It's perfect for it. It can get loud, but it also sounds good at the same time. So yeah, that was good. So thank you, IK Multimedia, for sending me that thing. That was very nice of you. I literally asked for it and they sent it. So 40 watts is not that bad. My my that must look so weird for people who does not speak Swedish. The whole concept of that. My mom just wrote that she's eating lösgodis. That's how you say it. Lösgodis. Lös. Can you say lösgodis? Come on, say it. Say it to yourself. Does it sound ridiculous? Does it sound ridiculous? Good. Good. That's good. It's supposed to sound ridiculous. What it is, it's a Swedish concept. I mean, it's not a Swedish concept, but here in Sweden, it's basically when you take all kinds of candy out of 1,000 boxes and you throw them into one vat, and then you pick candy from that. That's lösgodis. Loose candy. It's what it translates into. That's what my mom is eating right now. I mean, you can really select what you're doing, but and she didn't pick it out of a vat. I'm of course being a bit shitty here, and I'm trying to make it look as if my mom is a bit crazy, but she's not. She's the sweetest person in the world. She does not eat loose candy out of a vat. But you're supposed to pick it out from. You know what? I'm gonna stop talking about it. It's a stupid concept anyway. That's how I found out about the Volt synth. Through me. Well, I hope you are happy with the synth because it's a good synth, right? The reverb in there in Volt synth sounds so good. And if you like that reverb, then you should go and get the reverb module from Kayaras, because that reverb inside Volt is based upon his reverb algorithm that you can find in there. So if you get the reverb plugin, then you get the full thing, all of it. In VoltSynth, it's basically been he's cut some pieces out of the reverb and put it into VoltSynth, the nice pieces, right? But yeah, in the reverb plugin, you get the whole thing, and it sounds really good. Mom, you probably should not be eating that candy if you're diabetic. You know that, Mom. You know that. You really, really should take care of yourself. So be careful with that stuff. Question: who was the channel you were recommending a couple of streams ago? The mixing guy with the big, massive muscle. The big muscle. Oh, that guy? That guy? You mean that guy? I'll show you this guy. Oh yeah. He's called Mixboss. Mixboss TV. He looks like he could just pick you up and break you in half. Mixboss TV. Alright. So this is his channel. Right here. Here he is. Okay? Look at those arms. Look at those arms. He looks like he could do some proper damage, to stuff. He doesn't just damage audio, he damage people too. No, I think he's a very nice person. I don't actually know the guy, but I love his videos and I love his style. A lot of these videos are shorter, okay? And he actually sells master classes and stuff. So if you want the full access to everything that he's doing, you have to subscribe to that. But that, you gotta hustle some way when you're doing this thing and getting into the business of music, and he's found a really good way. He's really knowledgeable, and he still shares a lot of free information through his YouTube channel, which I think is great. So you check a few videos of these. Check his video on why you should not be using high pass filters on all of your tracks, like many people are doing. He talks about that, which is a topic that's annoyed me also for years, and something I started doing, and then I was wondering why all my mixes were harsh. Yeah, idiot, you're basically removing all the yummy stuff, you know? It's like cutting the bottom off the muffin. And no, that's wait, that's a shitty analogy. Cutting the bottom off a muffin? Well, if the muffin was made of I'm just gonna stop trying. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to say, go check his videos. Mix Bus TV. You kind of just type it together, Mix Bus TV, and you'll find it. He makes seriously good videos. Have you tried Tweak Candy? Ah, low in sugar and not boring. That sounds like a nice candy. I'll check that out myself. Imagine running Beebot with the distortion into a granulator. Oh, granulator. You mean like we could use Bliss granulator, right? We could do that, or we could run it into Borderlands Granular or something like that. Let's see here. Let's unload this, and this, and we'll load back. No, we're gonna add Saturn here, Saturn, and then we're gonna use Bliss Granulizer. So here we got the Granulizer effect right there, and we've got Saturn right here. And let's load some presets. All right. Hey, what happened? Okay, now it's starting to sound like farts. He should have called himself the mix. He should have called himself the mix boss. Yeah, you're right. I seriously love that. How silly has this been? I mean, I've basically been sitting here making new sounds this entire evening, right? What I should have been doing is I should have started recording this and just, let it record for the 2 hours that we're doing this. Afterwards, I would have had so many sounds to use. What just happened? Oh, it's mixing with the audio. Why are you doing that? Stop. What's happening? Stop doing that. Why did you change? Okay, there we go. Wow. That is mental. It's insane. I don't even know what that was, but it sounded very interesting to my ears. And what we've been doing is we've been running Beebot on my phone in through a sound interface, through AUM, into Saturn 2 by FabFilter, into Bliss Granulizer. This is a really interesting effect that they made. And I thought it was going to be like a straightforward kind of granular kind of thing, but it turned out it wasn't, because it's doing some weird stuff with pitching stuffs and things too, right? I just love that. I love it when developers think a little bit outside the box and go a further length, trying to go to do something more than just the thing that it says on the box that it is. So it's a granulizer. Yes, okay, I know what a granulizer will do. It will granulize stuff. But then you get surprised because they actually thought about, hey, let's try to make this fun and not just this. What's the matter with me today? I'm usually very good at trying to keep stuff kind of to short point and to the minimum, but today I think I'm happy. Yeah, I'm very happy. I actually bought mostly all of the music apps and AUV3s for iPhone on the App Store. Again, thanks to Jakob and Doug. But I'm still missing some apps in my collection, like Agonizer, Iceworks, and oh, Icework makes some really, really good stuff. Definitely. Bliss has become unstable since they add some extra spice to the apps. Really? I've found them to be, they've been running well for me at least, but then again, we might be doing different things. It's like when people found bugs in Agonizer, I really had no idea were there, because it turns out they did something differently than me and Kai and everyone else that were testing the app, by the way. You can use FRMS as an effect. Could get some interesting stuff with that. Oh, right. That's the synth I kind of like tiny reviewed it for my top synth list for 2020, right? That went from Borg Cube to Haunted Carnival. Carnival ride. Carnival. Running out of juice. Who's running out of juice, Uncle Tom? Are you running out of juice? You go get some. The next time you stop that, wait. Am I think I'm oh God. What's the matter with me today? What is the matter with me today? I'm having trouble speaking? Seriously? I think it's been a case of me just maybe working a little bit too much, that I'm starting to get tired, yeah, and I haven't been sleeping too well either. Been a bit stressful about some other things going on around me that has nothing to do with my channel at all, just life stuff, so that's gonna happen to people, over time. God, I can't wait to get out with this thing and just doing some stuff. And I've been looking up all the thrift stores now in Stockholm. So I have a list of places where I need to go and do some recording. Now here's the problem. It's already starting to become autumn over here. The leaves are already falling, so it doesn't look like summer anymore. And my outdoor series isn't done yet, and it was supposed to be summer series, so I guess it's gonna have to be an autumn series too. I'm gonna do it until winter comes, because when winter comes, the outdoor series does not make that much sense because of how these things do not like the cold, okay? None of these things like the cold, especially not Swedish cold, or Canadian cold for that matter, or other places where it gets really cold, of course. So yeah, until winter, I'll keep doing it. I mean, you can still get some great shots, especially when leaves are starting to change colors and stuff. But yeah, summer really went by like that. High humidity can slow you down. Yeah, okay, that too. And it is getting hot in here, and I don't have my fan in here now. You will film something in a big drain pipe for cool reverb purposes. Yeah, I know. There was another YouTuber that filmed something in a drain pipe. I think he calls it sewer pickles. You should look it up. iDubbbz. He basically reviews pickles in the sewer, but it's a storm drainage. I mean, you can see it because of the size of it and everything. But yeah, that's quite a good video. I'm not trolling you. I'm not trolling you. You should go check it out. iDubbbz sewer review. Go check it out. It's great. They don't like Georgia hot either. Yeah, it looked kind of warm in your video, Mitch. But still, it looked so cozy, you know? You got a nice piece of property there. Don't, like, I if you ever wake up, Mitch, and you see a tent at the edge of your property somewhere, the tent will be purple with a big Swedish flag on the side. Do not shoot. It's probably me just taking a nap, okay? So just don't shoot. Don't go all crazy. Don't send your goats on me, you know? I'll be out. I'll say hello, fully clothed. I'm not a savage. And I'll probably have some morning coffee for you, you know? So just take it easy, okay? So keep that in your mind. A tent, purple tent with a Swedish flag on the side. No shoot. Clear gray sky knows what I'm talking about. Oh, the audio doubler just bought Beebot. I hope you have fun with that one. I'll catch the rest of the stream tomorrow. Take care, Samuel. He probably went away before I got to time to say that, but let's see here. You'd sweat your ass off in that tent. Yeah, probably. Probably. We got Mobile Music Pro in the house. I missed your stream earlier. I was pretty much trying to just to set up my own. I'm always late setting up my own streams like this. Ryan Trust is in Myrtle Beach. I don't even know where that is, but I've heard that in a movie once, so I know it exists. It's that makes it true. I saw it in the movie. Now it is true. Hello, Grant. What's up? I hope you're doing good. My wife has a family in Garden City. I hope you're doing good, Grant. Grant is living in our neighbor country of Norway. And I met Grant once, and he is a very sweet person. Love the guy. I'm talking about you in third person again. It's just so weird. But that, you know, that's what it is. It is what it is. Here, welcome to Jakob haQ Live. I've been struggling today, speaking for some reason, but we've had some fun at least, and we did get to completely mash up Beebot. I think I'm gonna make that track. Like I said, I'm gonna do exactly what we've been doing here, and I should have been recording all of this while we were doing it, because there were so many good sounds today, and I could have used many of them for my tracks. It would fit my cyberpunk album really, really well. I'm really having fun with that, you know. I'm having fun with that. Another thing I've been doing lately is thinking about future apps that I would want to have either make myself. I can't code, but you know, I've been looking into coding a bit trying to learn a little bit, you know, a little bit more. I'm still gonna need someone else to do the hard work, like Kai, for instance. But yeah, I've been thinking about a lot of apps that I want to do, specific apps, because I like being specific about things. I'm not interested in making stuff that is good for everyone or everything, or do everything, bread and butter, this and that. Not interested in that. I'm interested in specific user cases, specific things, which Agonizer was, for instance. It's tailored for a specific thing. That's why it sounds very interesting and unique, and it works in a unique way. And I like it when other developers do that, and I really wanted to do that for that one. And I've got some other effects and stuff that I'm interested in having made, and also some synth ideas that doesn't exist yet. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I hope that we can keep doing this, you know, for the at least for a few years more. You never know what might happen. You never know what Apple might do, or it might change. But know this, that if it changes, if Apple does something, I will try to find another way of doing something similar, or something, you know, within this genre, you know. I wouldn't want to quit doing it just because we're losing one tool or something like that. And it would have to be something quite horrible in order for me to even consider doing something completely different. But yeah, I've thought about that a lot, because now I've been here on YouTube doing this thing for almost 7 years, for this main channel. And I'm always wondering, like, how far can this really go? For how long? iOS is ever changing. And the more and longer it goes, the more actors are going to come in. And at some point, there might be a lot of, you know, already established musicians and popular people that already have a lot of clout come in, and their tutorial and their videos might completely bury us in the algorithm, so we never get promoted more. It's happened to other genres on YouTube, you know, other types of content that other channels make. Someone with a big name comes in, and then suddenly the smaller channels that have been there for years and years, they just kind of die out. So I'm always thinking about things like that. I'm always afraid that that's going to happen, which is why I want to make sure that I have a secondary plan for something. And I would want it to be music too, because I mean, it doesn't really matter to me as long as it's music, as long as it's portable, as long as we can do stuff like that. And even if I couldn't do it portable, it would still be music in some way. Yeah, I just love doing this. It's just great. Mobile Music Pro is a 10-year plan. Yeah, I would never plan that far ahead for something like YouTube, because of how it changes. Because 10 years ago, it was a completely different landscape, YouTube. 10 years ago, YouTube was, it's nothing like we have it now. Nothing. And who knows how much YouTube will change in that time. Not only that, everything else that we rely on, Patreon and PayPal and many, many other things, there's just too much of it. That's why my plans are always a little bit shorter. And what you should be doing is planning for contingencies instead. Maybe you're already doing that, but do that. Look at other platforms and how you could establish yourself on those instead. Like for me, for instance, I want to focus on some other types of platform, and I've been looking at Instagram for a long time, and I kind of like Instagram, you know. But then again, TikTok is growing massively, but I just feel like maybe TikTok is going to be exactly like the one that came before it. I can't remember what it was called, but I think it was Vine, and that's gone now. It might happen to TikTok very like that, because it's so reliant on a user base that gets bored quickly. You know, that's what happened to Vine and everything else that came before it. Facebook used to be the biggest thing at one point. So when it comes to social networking and things like that, the changes are so massive. They're really, really hard to predict and hard to see what's going to happen. It just takes one celebrity to do this one weird thing, where the weird thing they did was wrong, and where that then gets tied into whatever platform they were using, and suddenly all the apps drop, like all the ads drop. We've had, what, 2 ad apocalypses on YouTube, and I've seen it. I've seen it because even though I have more videos out, I make less money. I mean, it's just too much. Can't rely on things like that. Have to diversify into other things. And it took me quite some time to even realize that. Um, which is why I'm doing changes now, but I'm not letting it affect my content, because that's the number one thing I will never want to do. I would not want me having to make money to pay for my rent to affect my content. I still want to make the content I want to make, and I still want to say what I want to say when I want to say it about whatever I want to say. Otherwise, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I just can't do that. It's important. Gotta build that email list. Yeah, yeah, I know. I should have started my MailChimp list long time ago, actually. And every time I watch some other YouTuber that has had problems with the algorithms, they're basically surviving off their mailing list now. And yeah, I think I'll get going on that as soon as I stop this stream. I'll make sure that the mailing list is something that I keep promoting to people, because without that connection, you lose everything. The audience loses you, you loses your audience, and then none of you have anything. It's really sad. It's really sad. That's the problem with the internet in general and social networking. People, like, there's people I used to game with back in the day that I miss, and I can't find them today because I have no idea who they really are. Which is, it could be a good thing that people don't really know who you are on the internet, because there's a lot of sickos out there. But when you have friends, people you've been playing games with and talking to and sharing stuff with for years and years and years, but you do not know how to find them anymore. You don't even remember their call sign. So it's kind of hard to find anyone. People I miss today. Yeah, a lot of people I used to game with that I miss today, actually. you, you'll probably get cancelled as attack is too aggressive. That is funny. That is funny, original synth. It is funny because I mean, let's be honest now. Let's be honest. It is YouTube. It's not Twitch. Okay? So, if it was Twitch, then that would actually worry me. But since it is YouTube, I'm not too worried about that actually. But yeah, I've seen weird things. People getting canceled for very weird things or banned off the Twitch platform for some extremely weird things for sometimes no reason. Whereas others who do worse stuff, they they get a ban for 3 days or a week, and then they get to come back, probably because they're making the platform money. I don't like that, which is why I'm not too fond of getting onto Twitch, because I find it, I don't know, it's just it's a bit dodgy when it's that hard. Plus, I'm already so invested here, so if I'm gonna do the same amount of work over Twitch, ugh, that's gonna be hard. I've been looking into streaming services where you can stream to multiple places at the same time. The problem is that I would need a moderator, or I would need someone, and I don't even make enough to pay one, because I wouldn't want to say to someone, can you do this for free? Because it's a job. It's a job to moderate stuff. I know. I know what it takes to moderate something. And if I can't pay them something, then I don't want to do it. Which is why I'm running solo. I've decided to run solo as much as I can until I can afford to pay someone. I just don't want people working for free for me. That's just the thing, because I've been in this industry for a long time, and I've had to deal with a lot of shit from event organizers and shit like that. Stuff I would not want to do to someone else. You know, people talking to you and offering you something as if they're doing you a favor when they're just offering you work with no pay. And that's the worst, you know? So I don't want to do that to someone else. That's why I've never asked anyone for any moderators. I've never done that. I'm so sensitive to that, you know? There are people out there that would probably just love doing that. I just can't. I just can't, you know? I've had too many bad experiences myself. I don't want to I don't want to share that. I don't want to pass that on to someone else. No. Don't want to do it. It's called volunteering. Yeah, I know. I know. I know, but I don't want people to feel done over by me. That's the last thing. You understand? I don't want that. It's been the worst feeling that I've had throughout my professional life when it comes to this, and even, starting up and stuff that I still think about, how I've been treated at some places, and it's just fuck. I don't want to do that to someone else. I don't want anyone to have that feeling inside that I have. This thing. I don't want to share that to someone else or perpetuate that kind of culture. I just make the regulars my mods since they're there any week anyway. Yeah, that could be a thing. As long as they can assure me that they don't feel like, because they have to feel like if they can't do it one day, I don't want them to even have 5 minutes occupying their brain during that day. Like I'm feeling sad over the fact that they can't come and moderate. You know what I mean? It really has to be something you 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 shouldn't have to care about it. When you can't do it, you can't do it. You know what I mean? I'm way too sensitive. I'm way too sensitive. I'm 25 minutes late. Okay, so this, see, let's see here. This, there's so many comments. Can't you offer them crypto things attached to your creative results? Crypto things. I don't even know anything about this crypto stuff. I've tried to educate myself about that, but the problem is that finance things in general have never been a strong point of me because I have no interest in it. I've had to struggle just to learn how to count properly, okay? So that I know that I'm getting paid right, and so that I can pay my bills and, take care of stuff like taxes and that, which has been a horrible, horrible experience. So when it comes to cryptocurrency, NFTs, weird things like that, I know next to nothing. And even if you sat down and tried to explain it to me, I would have a hard time absorbing it, simply because my mind would wander off. So I don't know how to do any of that stuff. Besides, since I know so little, I'm so scared at getting scammed, getting into things like that, because that's what happens to people like me that don't understand what the hell they're doing, trying to do something because someone told them to do that. I'm just owning up to my own inadequacies. Inadequate, inadequate. Oh God, why can't I say that? I think you know what I'm trying to say. I'm just human monkey ape. I know how to do music. I can do music. I can game. I can kiss my partner and make food. And that's as far as it goes. I mean, I even struggle with making my bed. You've seen my bed in my videos before. How it's sometimes I'm even doing the bed while I'm doing the intro because I'm so bad at it and lazy. The Discord is gonna need mods soon. Yeah. Uh, Maybe we could get some bots doing it. Maybe. Could we have it all automated? I mean, I'm doing cyberpunk music. Let's get some bots to do everything. Yeah, let's bot everything. Everything should be botted. Yeah. I always want to hit my weed vape. You go do what you want to do, Uncle Tom. Don't let us interrupt you. Just so anyone knows, I am not vaping anything strange. It's just pure nicotine not pure, it's nicotine because I've been stopping smoking. I've been stopping with snus, which is a Swedish product, and I've been stopping with smoking. I've stopped drinking. I've stopped using drugs. I had stopped eating sugars too, but I kind of messed that up, drinking juices like this and things. But yeah, I'm trying to keep myself away from all of it because for me personally, none of it really works well. I have an I have the brain of an addicted person. I get easily addicted to a lot of things. And being addicted to music has been the least of my troubles. Okay? That has just been a good thing, really. Being addicted to music, um, But yeah, any other addiction I've had in my life has just been really, really bad. And I'm one of those people who just cannot stay away. I cannot do things in a small increments or a little bit. I go full in. I mean, look at me. Look at my channel. It is a guy going full in on mobile music making. 7 years ago, I was still making all of my videos on my phone, making everything I produced all these years on these devices. I go all in. It's all in or nothing. That's the way my brain works. And it's unfortunately the same way with alcohol and drugs and tobacco and everything else you might think of, you know. It just becomes this burden, and then it weighs me down, it destroys me, and I'm kind of like in denial, and I'm like, nah, I'm okay. I'm just brushing it off, right? It almost destroyed my life. I almost destroyed my life completely. And I managed to get myself up from it. And I did that. Back when I did that, the first thing I did was start my Hack Attack blog. And since then, well, you know the rest of the story. You've seen it in my videos. We've been staying sober, or I've been staying sober thanks to an ever-growing audience and a core member of people who are always here during the streams, watching me just trying to speak English. It's been interesting. Yeah, make up your own currency. I'll give you 50 hacks for the AUV3. You know, it sounds fun to me, but yeah, I'm too scared to even try to do something like that. And I think it is like MMP says, you kind of have to be famous to do that. And I've seen some shitty stuff. You know, there are some influencers right now in the world starting up some stuff, and it's in the cryptocurrency thing, and I'm not saying it is a scam. It's just that from me looking at it, I don't know much about it, but to me, just at first glance, it just looks like something very shady, a bit sus. Yeah, that's a word I learned a few streams ago. Thank you, chat. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, it looks a bit sus to me. Some of the stuff coming up right now. Too many people getting scammed by influencers, people who they trust. And I think that's the shittiest thing you can do. It's the absolute shittiest thing you can do. Not something I would ever wish upon my audience. To even have that thought, you know, tricking your followers into what the hell broke you so bad that you want to do that to your audience like that? People who have been carrying you and pushing you and lifting you up. What the fucking hell? Jesus. I don't understand. I really don't understand it. I don't understand it. Why would you want to do that? It's the biggest betrayal, you know, to scam your fans like that. That's shitty. Yeah. That's just the way it is. We'll be back to borrowing before the decade is out anyways. You know, I could live with that. Because I've got some skills. I can do a little bit of carpentry. I can do a little bit of carpentry. And I can do music stuff. I'll play you 2 notes for a loaf of bread. Or a song. I'll play you a song for a loaf of bread. By the way, I don't even eat bread. But I'll do it for an apple. Yeah, you give me an apple, I give you a song. I kind of like that. It's a very cute thing. I mean, society used to work like that at some point before we invented a way of being able to trade with each other on a completely different scale, you know. It's interesting. I have been watching some documentaries about that, and it is very interesting. Tricking your audience into buying Flip? That's not tricking the audience. I freaking loved Flip. What's wrong with Flip? Why do so many people hate Flip? I don't understand it. What's wrong with it? I mean, when it comes to really quick to work with samplers, there are 3 apps out there that are so quick and fun to work with. Flip is one of them, Koala Sampler is the second one, and the third one, I can't remember the name, Samplebot, made by Mike, who also made, was part of the Audiobus team, and also, what was it? loopy, of course. Those three really quick samplers. They're all unique in some way and very, very just quick to work with. And I just like them. I like them all. I like them all. I wish it was AV. Hasn't? Didn't they come out with? Oh yeah, no, wait. Flip did get an update. You're right. It did get an update, but it got IAA. Was it right? Flip sampler. Let's see here. Oh, why? Oh, come on. Okay, it did get an up. There's many apps out there called Flip. I didn't realize that. Maybe they should have gone with a different name. They did give it like Audiobus support and IAA, and I think that AUV3 is probably gonna become the next thing they do. I'm pretty sure of it. The developers have gotten like thousands of requests. They're gonna do it. I'm sure of it. They're gonna do it. So at some point it will happen, definitely. You're you're trolling me, Uncle Tom. You're trolling me. If anything, it already offers more than it was advertised as. Seriously, I really understand your dilemma, as I cannot put on masks for most work and jump through the hoops of culture like performing circus animals for dollars. I'm poor, but my integrity is intact. Yeah, original sin. That is the problem, and it's one of these days I am gonna make a video directed to people like me and you, in particularly. Not specifically just you, but people like me and you, people who have a hard time, you know, feeling like as if anytime they take money for something, you're selling out. That's not what it is. And we need to teach our stupid monkey brains that that's not how it is. Because so far, I have now two videos on my channel that are sponsored, and I've got a third one coming, and after that there's going to be a fourth, and there's even a fifth down the pipeline. I am now making some moves finally, and in every case I am allowed to say what I want, how I want it. That has been the key thing for me, because if I cannot, then it's not worth it to me. Then I feel like I'm selling out. I have to be able to say it, and I also have to be able to disclose to you, my viewers, my audience, that I am being paid to do something. Otherwise, it is shady. Of course, I get why that is even a law, a rule. I think it's a good thing because it makes the content you're watching a bit more easier to trust. Because I am also a consumer and I also watch videos, and I want to know when someone is trying, when someone has been paid for something. So that's it's an important thing, and it's an important topic to discuss. And I want to talk about how I came to terms, because remember, it has taken me years. Years. There are so many YouTubers who have started channels, and they've grown really quickly because they're doing a different format in a wider range, you know, because we're still in a small niche here, but it's going well for my channel, and for many others doing videos too. It's going well for them. In fact, for many of you who started your channels not so long ago, you're doing better than I did back when I started, because now we've got a more established thing. You know, it's been on for some time, so you're able to grow quicker now, which is awesome. Because I would not wish that type of growth I had in the beginning. When you want to grow, something that I didn't really focus on too much back in the day, because you know, every subscription that someone does, it's a plus, you know, so that's positive, even if it's just two a month, which, you know, there's been periods where I increased with 2 subscribers a month, and you know, that was hardcore back then. So for some of these new people, they don't have that baggage of feeling like they're selling out, so it's easier for them to actually charge stuff and be paid to do stuff, and they don't feel bad about it, because you know, making a living is making a living. And as long as you don't let it affect your content, then I'm all good with it. But how come I can say that to someone, and me in the end not being good with it and turning deals down? Yeah, well, that is an interesting topic, right? And that's something I want to talk about and explain how I came to terms with it. because that, I think that's important, especially for people who are like me and you, maybe some of you, to come to terms with that. Because without being able, if you're spending most of your time doing something and that is not bringing you some income, then you neither have to, one, reconsider what you're doing and do something else, because you have to pay bills, right? You have to buy food, you have to pay bills and other things in your life. Or two, you have to find out a way of monetizing your stuff. And if you're doing that, try to find a way that isn't so invasive that it changes everything that you do. I mean, if it changes it in a way where you can expand on what you're doing, you go on trips now, you do outside videos because now you have a truck that you can use that is being paid for this. I mean, that's a good thing, right? It's now expanding your operation. Which is how you run a business. You know, you get some money in, you expand your operation, you make some more money, and you expand your operation, and you just keep going like that. I mean, there's always a limit somewhere. You know, somewhere there's a limit, and you have to plan for that too. For stuff to being, you can't just expand, because if you do that, the bubble's gonna burst at some point. So yeah, I mean, it is an interesting topic, and me, I've just taken too long to get to this point. I've taken too long, and I've had so many mentors, people who wanted to be mentors for me because they saw I was struggling, and I was turning them down because I was afraid of it hurting my art. And that is one thing that someone told me once, and it was like last year. Someone who is, I cannot tell you who that is. I can't. I can't. But that person said those things. Jakob, are you worried that money is gonna taint your art? Is that it? And I'm like, yeah. And this person said, you're an idiot. And that made me think. Because this person said more things after that, of course, which made me change my mind. But that first thing, like, really? You really think I'm an idiot? Like, you think I'm stupid? I had to rethink everything I was doing. And even back then, a year ago, I started making plans and trying to get myself into the mindset where I could start taking deals. And yet, it took almost a year before I did. Just do a new burying your synth review. Okay, that's not gonna happen. And it's not me shitting on anyone wanting to use their stuff. I just don't want to promote them. Okay, I just don't. And not until I can see that they're taking responsibility for the shitty things they do to people, throwing their whole law machine at them, filing trademarks for people's names because they're getting annoyed, and then apologizing and then unapologizing for it. Well, I'm not gonna forget. I've got the screenshots of it. Behringer. So, yeah. If I see a change there, I will change my mind. I am not unreasonable. I'm not a keyboard warrior, you know? I'm not. So, yeah. I want to see change. I want to see some good things. Good night, Mom. Have a good day, and I hope you get some nice sleep. And bye, Dad, if you're still there. Slow and steady growth is all you need. Yeah, you are right, Vortex, and that's exactly what I had. That's why I was so careful. I did not want to make big collaborations with other YouTubers because I did not want to have clumps of people coming in and then them not watching my videos, which would make the algorithm think that it's going well and then suddenly it goes bad, and that affects the algorithm. Be very careful with that. So yeah, that's why I don't want to do too big collabs. I've seen the effect of stuff like that happening. Slow, steady growth is good. It's good because you'll keep growing for a long time. If you have a, very quick growth, you'll fall quickly also, which can be devastating, especially if you're expanding your operation to operate at this level when it's peaking. Because when it falls, what do you do then? You don't have enough to run. And that's when a lot of channels just disappear. People just stop doing stuff. That happens a lot. You gotta plan for your core audience, not for the people coming in once in a while and then just stopping watching you because they've gotten what they wanted at that point. The core audience is very, very important, and there's a lot of them, and you're here right now. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for carrying me these years. Thank you for pushing me. So I think we've gotten to the point where I have to kind of, yeah, round it off because we've gone over 2 hours. So yeah, my partner, she needs the bed right now because she gets up earlier than me because we have different schedules. I'm actually gonna be sitting and working on some videos right now, and she's gonna go to sleep. So thank you so much for showing up, and I'm really sorry for me just forgetting about the live stream. Uh, it's so silly, but that's what it was. So hopefully I do not forget it next Wednesday. I'll see you then. I'll try to find something interesting to do by then too. And until next time, go watch my latest video I put up. It's about an oscilloscope that I waited for 7 years. If that sounds familiar to you, it's because I did a video a year ago saying I waited 6 years for this oscilloscope. But yeah, it turns out that that wasn't perfect. So go check that out if you haven't yet. I love that. And also, you'll be introduced to David, who is Audisper. That's how he pronounces AUDSPR, his company, Audisper. He pronounces it like that. So that's what I'm going to say. In the meantime, I love you guys. I hope you have a really good day, night, evening, wherever you are, whenever you are. And I'll see you during the next stream. As usual, I wish you a very productive week. Now go finger all of your stuff and have a lot of fun doing it. And this is the part where I just pack up casually. Yeah, so I guess turn that off. And turn that off. Oh, that's almost fully charged now. That's good. So I'm going to turn that off. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm not gonna talk about anything interesting, so you might just as well just log off, or you could stay. You could stay for a little bit, because I mean, I might. I'm actually just trying to find things to say here right now, and I'm not doing a good job at it. I'm not. No, I'm not really good at it. I'm really shit at it. Trolling. Get those fingers rolling. I'm not gonna troll you this time. I'm just gonna count down, and then I'm gonna end the stream. So it's not gonna be one of those weird, where you keep watching and I'm in the middle of a word and then you start seeing that loading logo and it never comes back because I just turned it off because I'm a shithead, and I love doing that to my audience. And here I've had this long conversation about I would never want to scam my audience and everything, but I have no problem doing that though. That's that says something. I don't know what exactly, but it says something. Yeah, someone saying Black Mirrors, and yeah, Black Mirror is a great. It's a great series. I love that Black Mirror, that series on Netflix. I love that. Absolutely love it. Yeah. By the way, I don't know if anyone here likes Dave Chappelle. I really love Dave Chappelle. I like Dave Chappelle. I really like Dave Chappelle. And he recently did a video on how he's been treated in the industry. And don't worry, I'm not going to troll you. I'm not going to turn it off. I'm going to talk to until I'm done here. And it turns out that the guy doesn't make any money from the Dave Chappelle show, which is one of the most fun shows I've ever seen. And finding that out, and also hearing him say that if you see this show, on other networks and stuff, don't watch it if you love me, if you like what I do. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it. If I can't make sure that he gets some money for that, for the work that he did because of his stupid contract, then I'm not gonna watch it. Yeah, I really. God, this business is so dirty sometimes, when it comes to the music business, when it comes to TV, when it comes to anything like that. I've heard so many horror stories, and maybe one of these days I should start a a new channel, a story channel, and just tell these stories. Because that could be a thing. Either way, I love you. I'm going now. So, yeah, that's it. 3, 2, 1. Bye bye.